All right, so today our focus is going to be on gaining external rotation in our shoulder to improve our golf swing. So one of the screens in the TPI screen is external rotation. So basically having you in golf posture here, bringing the arm up to like 90 degrees and then going into external rotation. And you should basically, forearm should be, you should basically be able to see my ear whenever I go in the external rotation, or my forearm should kind of pass like the seam of my shirt. Now, if I don't have that, that's one where we can be likely to not be able to drop in the slot, or that's gonna maybe cause a little bit of coming over the top or kind of chicken winging in the front arm if we don't have adequate external rotation. So after we probably do a little bit of rolling on things that internal rotate your shoulder to get external rotation, so kind of back the shoulder, rotator cuff, lat, subscap, areas like that. When we improve the window or improve a little bit of the range of motion, then we want to add strength on top of that range of motion in order to keep that range of motion. So what we're going to do here is what's called like pails and rails in order to gain and keep external rotation, where we're kind of strengthening at the end range, going into internal and external rotation. So we're going to start from the ground. We can also do this standing up, but I'm just going to show you the one where we use a yoga block. You can use a yoga block, maybe some books or something like that if you're at home, but something, as you gain range of motion, you want to place something kind of towards the hand to kind of keep your arm up in that external rotation position. So we're going to do, and hopefully I don't sound muffled, but let's just say, like, if I go here, and this is, how much maybe range of motion I have. I'm going to take a yoga block, and sometimes I see people using a way too much height, and they're kind of compensating, and they're getting their arm up using different things. So start maybe a little bit lower than you think. We're going to use the opposite arm and place it on our forearm. I'm going to place this arm on the yoga block. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine almost like this yoga block is like a scale, and I'm going to continue to make the scale a little heavier and heavier by pushing down with my forearm into the yoga block. And I'm going to push it like 25%, and I'm going to build up to 100% in about 10 seconds. So about 50%, then I'm at 75%. And then I'm at 100% pushing into the block, trying to basically do that, obviously, but without the elbow coming off the ground. So I'm going to do that for 10 seconds. Now, after that 10 seconds, I'm going to try to do the opposite. So I'm going to try to bring the back of my hand up towards the ceiling. So I'm going to take a breath in. I'm going to fill my stomach up with air. So I have a nice base to pick up my hand off the block. Breath in, and I'm going to try to take that arm off. So even if it doesn't come off completely, I can actually make a fist and get a little bit more activation in the back of my rotator cuff. Breathing. And I'm going to try to hold this for about 20 seconds. So let's say it's about 5 more seconds. And after 5, I'm going to bring the arm back down. And let's say I gained a little bit of range of motion. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to move the yoga block back just a little bit. Okay. Then from there, I'm just going to go breathing. So I'm breathing in this new range of motion. And let's say you can kind of hold this, kind of depending on how much time you have. So let's just say, keep it simple, and we'll hold it for like 60 seconds. So 60 seconds of breathing, or maybe like 15-ish breaths, inhale, long exhales. So let's just say for time's sake, that's 60 seconds. I'm going to rev it up again one more time. So I'm going to push down into the yoga block at 25, 50, 75. Let's say I'm at 100. And I'm pushing down to 100%. So I'm trying to smash that yoga block. All right, let's say that's 20 seconds, and I'm going to try to do the opposite. And I'm going to try to bring that arm off. Bring it up. So I should feel the rotator cuff firing. coming up, coming up, coming up. And then let's just say that's 20 seconds. I'm going to bring that yoga block back a little bit more. And then breathe in that position. And I'm going to hold that again for like 60 seconds. So I got 2 sets, pails, rails, breathe in that position, another set of pails, rails, then breathe in that position from there. So let's say that's been 60 seconds. And I think it's really smart to, after you do this, see if you actually gain more range. Because if you do all that work and you end up not gaining range of motion, then why are we doing it for? So I would do the same assessment or screen before, and I would just see. I would obviously do it for a little bit longer, but see if it got better. I imagine if I looked at that from before and after, I know that that's better. So we're gaining strength within that new range of motion that we just got. So we're taking a little bit more time on mobility to create a little bit more efficient golf swing, or at the very least makes it easier for us to make some swing changes in our golf game.